All right, good morning, everybody. It is 10 a.m., and we're going to call to order our Tuesday, October 12th Board of Commissioners meeting. If you would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. At this time, we will accept public comment for items not appearing on our agenda. Is there any public comment at this time? Okay, seeing none, we will accept public comment as it's under consideration. Is there any additions to the agenda that we wish to consider at this point? Okay, hearing none, we would look for a motion to approve the minutes of our Board of Commissioners meeting and our work session from October 5th.
Motion to approve the minutes from the October 5th Board of Commissioners meeting and work session.
So I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion is carried. Okay. We're going to welcome up Chad Joyce at this time, and he's going to kick things off as we recognize and due diligence with Cybersecurity Awareness Month here in Center County. So, Chad.
Thank you. October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. It's been going on for, I think, 20 years now. So it's a campaign and initiative from the Department of Homeland Security. And so it serves as a collaborative effort between government and industry to raise awareness about the importance of cybersecurity and ensure everyone has the resources and knowledge to navigate safely. So the campaign this year will emphasize personal accountability and stress the importance of taking proactive steps to enhance cybersecurity at home and in the workplace. The overarching message is own it, secure it, and protect it. And so it'll focus on citizen privacy, consumer devices, e-commerce security, and the shared responsibility that each of us have to improve cybersecurity and taking individual steps to protect our own data, such as reporting malicious emails, thinking twice before clicking on a link or downloading an attachment, ensuring your software is up to date on your desktop, laptop, mobile devices, not reusing passwords, and then things like using two-factor authentication when available. So, and it's for the whole month, so we'll have cyber awareness emails going out. This week will be, the theme is Fight the Fish, so it'll be phishing awareness. Next week is Explore, Experience, and Share. And then the final week in October is focused on cybersecurity first.
Thank you, Chad. I think we all recognize the danger that's inherent when doing unnecessary things with our computers and phones. And so anytime that we have the opportunity to be smart, to be safe, and just think before we click, all those kind of good things are really help save a lot on the back end in terms of digging out of holes. So I appreciate the fact that we're doing this again and all the work that you're doing as a CIO, CIRO. Really appreciate it, and I think that we're much safer with you and many of the efforts that we've undertaken. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, Chad, I'd just like to thank you for your diligence over the last year on cybersecurity. I know roughly at this time last year there were about a dozen cities in Texas that all got hit on the same day, and I'm sure that was very difficult and very ugly for those municipalities. So appreciate all you do to keep our 53 different departments in Center County and our roughly, what are we up to now, about 560 employees secure, which also allows us to provide those services 24/7, 365 all throughout Center County. So thanks again to you and your staff.
First, yeah, thank you very much, Chad. I want to thank you at RBA for all you do to keep us secure. I also would just ask one small thing, and that is, if there is a secure website that you trust, if we could post it on our county webpage as we celebrate this, or honor this month, if you will, and recognize it, let's, I think we should give people a resource that they can trust, to give them good information. So, maybe if there's a kind of an encapsulated website that somebody can click on and say, okay, these are the things you need to be aware of, these are the things you need to do to make your if there is such a thing out there, that would be, I think, very helpful, because celebrating the day and honoring the day and recognizing the day, or the month rather, is one thing, but giving people the resources to actually go out and change their behaviors is really good, not just within county government but outside.
I believe on the Information Technology Services section, I have a link for cybersecurity out to CISA, which is the federal government
Oh, good.
agency, so they can go on and view, citizens can go on and view awareness tips and stuff.
Good stuff, thank you.
No, but I would agree. I think actionable steps you can take, I think, are great. So, fantastic. Thank you again, Chad. Okay.
welcome.
So we'll look for a motion then.
Motion to adopt proclamation number 33 of 2021 proclaiming October as Cybersecurity Awareness Month in Center County.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay. And then I think, Chad, you're also going to be leading off our next conversation. So it's a perfect segue.
Excellent. So today is going to be the opening responses for the RFP for the IT managed services for the county. We put this out open to the public at the end of August to collect proposals for comprehensive services for IT, from cybersecurity, help desk support, anything that goes into running an IT operation.
I think, I know our controller typically has done this, but Margaret's going to be doing it as we have fine-tuned the county code and appreciating that, but we just want to recognize that our controller is with us today.
In accordance with the county code, bids are to be returned at a designated day and time to the controller's office and then opened in public session. When I open them today, I will be looking to make sure that each of the proposals is signed, that there's one original, 14 copies, 3 electronic copies, and a bid bond. So given that there are a lot of copies involved here, we have many boxes and actually 5 proposals, so I'm going to put them all up on the table and then open them in
Do
the
you need help
order.
with that?
Pardon me?
Do you need help? They're
No,
fairly
I do
heavy.
not. We're really good here. I'm going to put them in the order that they were received. So we have 1, 2. This is going to be. This is the biggest one. 5.
Divider. Sorry about the social distancing.
Oh, no, we're good. We're good. We're good.
This is 3. So, Commissioner, you might have to move that one.
Okay, okay. All right.
The first proposal is from GDC IT Solutions. As I said, we're not allowed to do this prior to being in public session, so that's why you have to bear with me as we go through the opening process.
Sometimes, Jason, we get, Mr. Controller Moser, we sometimes get these kind of sporadically throughout the process, but it seemed like we got these all on the last day, so, yeah. Okay, okay, okay.
This has a bid bond and 3 thumb drives. An original signed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have a signed copy, an original, 14 copies, 3 electronics, and a bid bond. So this submission is complete from GDC Technology. Chad will have to help me with where GDC is located.
In the
Actually,
Mechanicsburg area.
Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Number 2 was delivered like this. The bidder is Omega Systems from Reading, Pennsylvania. This is 3 thumb drives. So I'm going to use the top one, assuming that this is the original, since they all appear to be the same. a bid bond in the back. The proposal itself does not appear to be, the bid bond is signed, but not the proposal. One, it's the original 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 copies. So we have a bid bond, electronic copies, 14, an original, and no signature. Okay. Okay, number 3 is from Appalachia Technologies. They're located in Mechanicsburg. USB drives, a bid bond, an original signed, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 copies. Okay. All right. The fourth one is from RBA Professional Data Systems, located here in State College.
Usually located by Happy Valley Brewing and Voodoo Brewing.
Okay. We have 3 USB copies. An original, marked original, with signatures. And middle, and there should be 14 copies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost there. And this last one is from Mission Critical Partners, located in headquarters in Port Matilda. 3 electronic copies. 3. And a bid bond, which has a bank cashier's check. Yep. Original letter copy with the letter signed. It's original.
That's fine.
5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All counts. That concludes the opening of bids.
Okay, so with that, any other comments, Chad, on this?
No.
Okay, all right. So it looks like we're looking for a motion to table the RFP for Information Technology Managed Services until Tuesday, November 30th. This will give the committee time to process and, report any information they've gathered at that time.
Yes,
Yes?
yep.
Okay. And in terms of the costs for each proposal, would they be opened at that time, or would they be, how would that work?
We asked for the cost to be submitted separate from the proposal, so
Yep.
we can consider the proposal. The cost will factor in, but it certainly won't be the sole deciding factor.
But would that be opened on Tuesday, the 30th, or would that be prior?
I think the committee would open it prior, before,
The
as
committee
part of the
would open prior,
consideration
okay.
process, yes.
So the bids are reviewed based on their scope of work and all the other weighting criteria, so that the cost does not sway the review of the actual contents of the proposals. And then when that part is completed by the review committee, which is a very large committee, because we have a lot of stakeholders across the county who depend on IT services, at that point they'll open the dollar amounts and report back.
Just to be clear, Jason, is that suitable for you, that we open, that those, that the dollar amounts are opened outside of a public session?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions, comments on this before we look for a motion? Okay, all right.
Yeah, and thanks to Margaret and Chad and the rest of the team and Controller's Office for all their work on this. Motion to table the request for proposal for Information Technology Managed Services until Tuesday, November 30th.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 The motion is carried. Okay, we'll get resituated here.
No, that's all right. There's a lot of boxes.
All right, Norm, we're going to welcome up Norm to discuss some contracts for emergency communications. Good morning.
Good morning. We are requesting approval of the contract with Center Communications to replace batteries at 10 of our 19 tower sites. The batteries provide power for the radio and microwave equipment at the tower sites. This preventive maintenance work is to prevent future failures as the batteries reach an end-of-life cycle of 10 years. This contract also includes a battery charger and rectifier at one site. Maintenance of the batteries are part of the microwave maintenance contract with Center Communications, but the replacement of the batteries are billable above the contract. The total cost of that project is $90,158, and the remaining sites are budgeted for 2022.
Norm, you said that the batteries we currently have are 10-year batteries?
Yeah, they're at the end of their life cycle of 10 years.
And do we have a warranty through 10 years with them, or is there a different warranty?
There's no warranty, it's just the life cycle of the batteries.
When did they go in?
They went in 2012 with the radio project.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, thank you.
you want the second request?
Please, yes, thank you.
The second request is for approval of the quote from Center Communications to decommission and remove the old tower at Center Hall tower site location. This is the final work of the new tower project completed at site in 2020. The total cost of that project for removal is $9,360.
Thank you, Norm. Any questions on either of these contracts?
Yeah, I got actually a number of them. In regard to the quotation for decommissioning the tower, is the tower structurally unsound?
Yeah, that's the one we did not meet the qualifications when we went to have it analyzed in 2020, and it's being tore down and scrapped.
I guess my question is, we're in the process of putting together a conversation about broadband throughout our region. So there's no value of that tower in regard to the broadband conversation that may or may not.
They're going to, I mean, Center Wisp is sharing a tower currently. There's another site there that PSP is decommissioning. We're looking at that site to see whether or not there's any value in that. But our old tower is not structurally safe to continue.
And I guess my last question is in regard to that tower. We physically own the property that it sits on, correct?
State owns the property.
State owns it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think that's state forest land, as I remember.
It's, the state owns the property. That's very unusual, but it's a separate parcel owned by the state radio project.
Any other questions or comments on these two items? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion?
Motion to add the contract and quotation from Center Communications to next week's consent agenda.
All right, been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Thank you, Norm.
Thanks.
Welcome out Julie at this time.
Morning.
Morning.
I have one contract and 4 renewals. So I should just run through all of them?
Please.
Right. So the first is a contract with Helen Salinas, Esquire of Mazda Law Group, to provide legal services. Contract total is $7,500, which is $6,000 paid by the state and $1,500 from the county for the period of July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022. The next is a contract renewal with Pathways Adolescent Center to provide residential transitional living services for dependent and delinquent youth. Contract total is $250,000, which the state share is $200,000. The county is $50,000 for the period of July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022. The next is a contract renewal with Presty Ridge to provide residential services to dependent delinquent youth. Contract total is $37,500, which the state is $30,000 and the county is $750,000. For July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2022. The next is with Delphi Village Incorporated to provide foster residential services. Contract total is $295,000, which is funded $236,000 is the state, and $59,000 is the county share for July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022. The final one is with Center County Youth Service Bureau to provide residential services for delinquent and dependent youth. Contract total is $1,702,000, which the state shares $1,361,000, and the county share is $340,400 for July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022.
Thank you, Julia. Any questions or comments?
Is the number 5, that's storm break, I presume?
Yes.
Okay.
There be a motion.
Motion to add children and youth services items 1 through 5 to next week's consent agenda.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion is carried. Thank you, Julia.
Thank you.
Next, we'll welcome up Krista.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm here today to ask for consideration of a lease renewal for our Center Region State College Magisterial District Justice Office. We have located our office there since December of 1998, so we've got a 23-year history with this location and our landlords there. So over the course of the history, we had one lease, and then we've had subsequent amendments. So we're on our fourth amendment. The current lease and amendment is ending at the end of this year, so I'm just here to ask you for the consideration to renew for 5 more years. So that total for 5 years amounts to $284,418.60, starting January 1 of next year and running through December of 2027.
All right, thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah, how was this compared to the last?
They have not increased their rate from the last amendment, so it is.
So contained in the
Slow.
lease is an escalator that is either driven by the CPIW at the end of the first 2 years or a cap of 2%, whichever number is less. So we're starting out at the same dollar amount, but there are escalators in the 5-year period.
All right, hearing no other questions, we look for a motion.
Motion to add the lease agreement with Fred R. Wood and Denise M. Wood doing business as Together Investments to next week's consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Okay, Krista, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. We look for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion to approve this week's consent agenda.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried. Okay. All right, and then check run, Commissioner Higgins. I'm sorry, my apologies.
That's all right.
Administrator's report.
Just wanted to mention that our review of the county's 2022 budget begins this afternoon with a budget kickoff meeting, and we'll be talking lots over the next several weeks about the 2022 budget.
Okay, very important. Thank you, Margaret. All right.
One of the major county seasons, budget season.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay, please.
All right. Much smaller than average check run in the amount of $370,201.72. The check of the week is to the Center County Public Safety Training Facility across the street from CPI. It is a $2,500 pass-through grant from the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency for Hazardous Material Emergency Planning and Response Act grant for training our local emergency responders, including fire companies. And then using the fire company as a bridge, the Howard Fire Company is holding their Pumpkin Chunkin' event this Saturday from 10 to 4 at Bald Eagle State Park. Once you get close to the park, just follow the traffic because they're all going to the same place. A lot of fun. I'll probably be there in the morning this Saturday. In fact, I think the weather's supposed to be relatively nice too. So just wanted to put a plug in there for one of our local fire companies for a very fun event involving catapults, trebuchets, and air cannons, firing pumpkins into the lake. A lot of excitement. So would like to make the motion to approve the check run dated October 8th.
I will second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the check run. Any final discussion on the check run? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. All right, going into our CNET request, we were looking for a motion to approve the sponsorship for the live stream of the 2021 Municipal Primary Vote by Mail Processing Room at the Penn Stater. And this is going to be held beginning at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, November 2nd, hopefully concluding at about 6 p.m. on that date, and then kicking back off sometime in the morning on November 3rd, the next day, and hopefully ending by 2. And so this has always been a good event, a good way for folks in the community to see the pre-canvassing of those vote by mail ballots. We get usually a few hundred or so people who tune in, so it's a good way to just make it transparent and open. So we look for a motion to approve that sponsorship.
Motion to approve the sponsorship of the live stream of the 2021 municipal election vote by mail processing room.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Any final discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion is carried. Okay, and over to Commissioner Dershowitz.
All right, the voter registration report this morning includes 105,119 registered individuals in Center County. The highlight reel is 44,128 Democratic registrants, 142 Green Party, 680 Libertarian, 14,092 no affiliation, and 42,000 213 Republican voters. When you add 3,864, that's up 69 from last report. You get the 105,119 registered in Center County. The feature party of the week is the American Solidarity Party, and the Solidarity Party is a very solid one registered voter in Center County, so we want to thank them for their participation. The precinct feature this week is precinct number 43, which is College East, votes at the Mount Nittany United Methodist Church in Lamont. And the total registered in the primary election was 1,744 individuals. The ballots cast were 638, and the voter turnout percentage that makes it 36.58%. And we want to thank Mount Nittany United Methodist Church for allowing us to use their facility. But the folks that make it happen at Precinct 43, the judge of election is Laurel Zidney. The minority inspector is Hillary Appleman. The majority inspector is Daniel Cleese. And the clerks include Benjamin Zidney, Evan Jones, Barbara Kitchen, and Jenneth Leo. So we want to thank them for their help, and I guess we'll be seeing you in just a few short weeks.
Yes.
Absolutely, right around the corner.
And in the meantime, they have great football dinners on the football weekends at that church.
There is many churches.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we have a voter registration report. No announcements today. Any executive sessions that we need to report or hold?
Yes, the Board of Commissioners met in executive session on Thursday, October 7th, from 12:40 to 12:53 p.m. to discuss a personnel matter.
Thank you, Margaret. All right, this time, Gary, the floor is yours.
So the county will be using the Penn Stater again for election?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Smaller scale, same scale as last year?
Yeah, much smaller. In 2020, we had about 275, 300 individuals over the course of 2 days. This election, we're looking at about 70 people. So it's much bringing it down to scale. Yeah, we're still going to be able to actually enhance some of the things that we've been doing in the past to make sure that it's transparent, open, folks can come in to look at it. So it should be a good process.
Will the county be opening any satellite offices?
No, no plans to.
Okay.
You do have about 10,000 applications for mail-in ballots as of this morning, I was told.
After last week, some folks, when they first applied, was there a check where it was like a permanent application, or you have to apply each election, right?
Every year. Yep, so if you checked it off, anytime this year, you would get ballots going into the general election. If we had special elections going into February, you'd also get those. But every year, you have to check that again. Yep.
The drop-off boxes, are they going to be placed throughout the county?
Yes, yeah, drop-off boxes were installed over the last few days, and so they'll be opened once ballots start going out, and so that'll be this week. Yeah.
And where do we stand with the review of Centercrest building?
Sure. If we've had some informational meetings, work sessions on that, but really no definitive plans have been made. The architects are really doing a fantastic job compiling that final report that will show options for space utilizations, potential offices that could be moved over. But really, we're far away from making any kind of definitive decisions on which offices will be going over. But we do need to start putting some pieces in place just to see what kind of options we have. But again, we have a multitude of opportunity to enhance the usability of the space for employees, but also the public who come in for necessary county services.
That's all I have, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Gary. All right, we look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn at 10:34.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody, very much.